Good News Partners is a faith-based community organization that works to empower our community through affordable housing. The mission of Good News Partners is to end homelessness and hopelessness, build bridges of reconciliation, and work for justice among all people.
Good News Partners is a community-based Christian ministry that focuses most of our work on helping people get housing and develop some capital assets so that they can get out of poverty. Part of our goal is to figure out ways to end poverty, and rather than do it on a big broad scale, we just try to do it very locally, one family at a time. On the one hand, we try to build our community, helping everyone here know God's grace, God's love, and to articulate with passion and with zest the gifts that each of us has. And on the other hand, we try to build bridges between this community and the supporting churches and communities around us so that together we can figure out, okay, how can we have a just society? That those two combinations of strong community and justice are what we're convinced are necessary if we're going to really do our part in ending poverty.
Good News Partners sees each person as a child of God and worthy of respect. We serve the far northeast corner of Chicago. An estimated 63,000 people live in this ethnically diverse neighborhood. The north of Howard community is a study in contrasts. Families facing unemployment, addiction, and homelessness live in the shadow of renovated storefronts, million-dollar condo conversions, and high-rises.
I think it's all the work of the Holy Spirit, to tell you the honest truth. And then working through the realities of human life, what it takes to be a sustainable community, a community where people have enough income and can take care of themselves and their families. But the work actually comes out of the work of the Spirit in the people that are involved.
Good News Partners' mission is to end homelessness and hopelessness and all that God brings to us, and to build bridges of reconciliation among all people. And so as chaplain, part of my role is to be in prayerful communication with God and help steer the organization in the way that I feel the Lord is speaking for us to affect people that we come in contact with every day.
Homelessness is rare in the north of Howard community because Good News Partners focuses on housing.
We are a big family, and space is really important for us. Good News Partners has helped us a lot. I like the neighborhood. I think it's the best neighborhood we have lived since we get married and we started having kids.
Affordable housing is a process. This includes emergency interim housing, single occupancy residences, rental housing, co-op housing, and finally, individual home ownership.
Good News Partners provides housing in three ways: welcoming homeless people to either New Life Interim Housing or the Jonquil Hotel, supporting people who are ready to start moving into an apartment but can't afford it in subsidized rental housing, and then co-op housing, which allows people to start working their way out of poverty by saving money through the equity they build up in the co-op, hopefully that they can convert into home ownership or some other good use of their assets.
We were very happy and pleased that we walked with out of the co-op. After being 9 years a co-op member, we walk out with about $6,700 in our pocket. We use that money towards the closing costs on this house that we bought. You got no idea how happy we are, and we are been taking advantage of opportunities of this country and this organization have given to us.
In addition to a safe living space, we help residents find jobs, permanent housing, and rebuild their lives.
I'm the rehab manager. We remodel the apartments that our tenants live in. We do plumbing, we knock down the walls, we build new ones, we do floors. I do a lot of training of people. Fortunately, most of our guys have been really curious and eager. Love working for Good News Partners. I really like that I'm working with people who are socially conscious, see the world as a spiritual place.
The Jonquil Hotel is the flagship of the Good News Partners affordable housing program. In 1980, we purchased a rundown hotel at 1600 West Jonquil Terrace. Today, the renovated facility provides affordable, single-room occupancy housing for 130 people.
I came here 4 years ago. I was pretty much homeless, and they found me a place to stay. And in between time, I have put a lot into the Jonquil. I do Christmas decorations, Halloween decorations. When the residents have a birthday, I do all the cooking. I do volunteer work at the front desk. And the rent here is so reasonable. I mean, it's clean, it's quiet. Anything go wrong in your room, they're right there, the same day.
There are people out there for the first time in their lives are feeling the presence of family, support, love, and the possibilities of getting engaged in a society that has not been terribly friendly or welcoming to them.
Good News Partners also manages and owns 2 additional below-market rental units in other neighborhood buildings. On any given night, more than 500 family members live as Good News Partners in one of our SROs, interim or transitional units, rental or co-op apartments. Housing is only part of the story. Many of our children attend Gale Academy, where Good News Partners reading coaches provide one-on-one tutoring.
The Good News Partners reading program is an intervention program, and we take children from 1st and 2nd grade that are at risk for reading. The children come every day. We're staffed by volunteers, so the children get one-to-one reading instruction. I've worked with children all my life, and I especially enjoy working with primary age children. Reading Coaches helps children who are at risk.
In our Jonquil youth programs, young people get homework help and test their computer skills.
Just to care for the kids whenever they are out of school, so they're not on the street, they're indoors, they're safe. And so I just try my best, and I help with homework. And sometimes we'd share, our feelings and our different experience we have for the day. We just try to love our kids and just try to provide the best thing for them here at this program.
Many of our former residents become our most loyal volunteers.
God is the reason for the founding of Good News Partners, to treat people as we want to be treated and to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And in order to love God, we have to love our neighbor. And so by doing that, we fulfill a portion of the scriptures.
I like the community, and since I'm a single person, I think that I would be really lonely living just by myself. So the community's blessed me too. I know that I can always come down for an activity. If there's an activity, I can always come down and hang out in the lobby if I wanted to talk to somebody.
This is a place where your life is going to touch the lives of other people, and you're going to be touched by them. You don't have to go to the far distant places of the world to encounter places where God's people really need God's justice and compassion and loving kindness and partnership. And here's a place really close to home that you can cross some barriers that behind which we all live.
So we hope that after watching this exciting and challenging video, you'll desire to get more involved with Good News Partners and God's work here as we try to figure out ways to create justice and end poverty. There are many ways that you can be involved by getting to work with an individual or a family through tutoring or mentoring or helping a family make the transition to employment and good housing. And we also really need you to consider how you might be able to write a check for a significant amount of money, maybe even make a sacrifice so that you can help people who do not have enough economic resources, but who have tremendous potential and assets, have the opportunity to develop those assets and potential so that we together can create a stronger and greater community to the glory of God.